back to the channel. Fair use, by the way, since everyone wants to copyright their stuff, even though it takes up 30 seconds in the beginning of a 2-hour-long video. I don't think today's gonna be 2 hours long, but as you can see, today we're gonna be going over the Toyota Supra Mark V, the GR Supra, the A90 Supra, whatever you want to call it. I'll have to admit, I wasn't really a fan of this car when it first came out. I always thought that, you know, it didn't look the best compared to the concept. The numbers are kind of underwhelming. However, the more research I do and the more time goes by, the more I like this car. I think this car is actually a really good looking car from some angles. There are some angles which it looks really strange, but I'd say a majority of the angles it looks pretty good. I think like the front, not the 3/4, but like almost looking at it straight on, but like at a slight angle is probably one of the worst angles. The rear looks good, the side profile looks good. It looks better the lower you get. I think that's what it is. So while people roll in, what is the Toyota Supra, the Mark V? Basically, it came out in 2020. It's supposed to be the next version of the Supra. Everyone knows what the Mark IV Supra is, the most famous Supra. Shout out to, what is it called? Fast and Furious. It kind of pioneered the Supra legacy, I guess. I mean, it was popular before then, but that's what made it mainstream. A lot of people didn't like this one at first because it had a BMW engine. We'll get into all that, but you know, as the years went on, the B58 has only proven to be one of the best engines, if not the best engine BMW has ever produced. And the fact that it's not only the best engine BMW produced, but it's also been revised and retuned by Toyota, you know, it's extra reliable. And that shows because these cars really don't have any problems at all. So, you know, we're going to get into all of that though. You guys can let me know what you think about the Supra. I think that, you know, these are pretty good deals right now in terms of locking in that money. Like this view is probably the one of the worst right there. But yeah, you can get like right here is terrible view. This is a good view, but as you move to the front, it just looks kind of strange. This is a great view. This rear end, I was really kind of you know, I didn't know how to feel about the way it looked at first, but I actually do like the design because they actually did take a big risk, and I think, you know, risks usually pay off. Let's see what this car can do. So as you, I mean, I kind of gave it away there. Let's see what this all right, it's on a dyno jet. This is supposed to be a stock Supra, by the way, so keep that in mind. This is a 2021, I believe, so it's going to have the 6-port. So it's going to make a little bit more power. But what is this? 420 wheel horsepower, 531 pound-feet of torque. Like that is 100, I mean, at least 70 more horsepower. And this is like almost 150 more pound-feet of torque than what they report from the factory. And this is to the wheels, which is insane. I don't know how this car is making so much power, to be honest. But they did 3 runs. He says it's stock. They might be just pulling our leg, but... Oh, as you can see the wheels, so this is going to be a newer Supra. This is going to be like a 23 or later. Yeah, these are insane numbers from a stock Supra. You guys can tell me if you believe these or not. But again, the B58 is a great motor in terms of its capability. Alright. Now let's look at this third run, see what it's doing. I mean, it's consistently making those numbers. It's not showing the screen, so I don't know if, you know, how much we can take their word for it, but it's still making good numbers. People always swear by this engine being underrated, so I'm more on the side of believing. Yeah, I don't know how it's making. These numbers are kind of crazy, man. 551 pound-feet of torque at the wheels. The power, the horsepower went down, the torque went up. I don't know, man. You guys tell me what you think. Let's hear what the exhaust sounds like on the outside. Fair use, by the way, in case you didn't hear me talking to you copyright people. It's not even the people that own the videos that do the copywriting. They have like a team that does it. It's crazy. As you can hear, sounds very much like a B58 or any straight 6 BMW, which is pretty good. But yeah, I just love this design, especially on the rear. Very unique. No other car looks like the Supra. Comes stock with a limited slip differential. Well, if you get a 3-liter. So handling is good. I mean, it's a short wheelbase, high horsepower car, so it's going to be kind of twitchy. But that limited slip definitely helps. I just wish this car was just a little bit wider and the roof line was a little bit lower. I think that's it. More like the concept. We'll look at the concept in a second too, because I think the concept really, it looks so good that most of the people who didn't like this car at first when it came out was simply because it did not look as good as the concept, and that was about it. The FT1 concept. Uses automatic transmission, of course. This is a B58. They didn't really make anything else besides the, in terms of dual clutch or anything like that. If it's not a manual, it's going to be an automatic. They did offer a manual transmission for the 2023 model year. If I were to get one, I think that's what I would get. Simply to have a more unique vehicle. Even though you don't really need the manual transmission, if we're being honest. It's probably not even the best manual transmission. Hey, shout out to Clean Whips in the chat. What is going on? What is going on? What do you think about the Mark 5 Supra? I think it's a great value in terms of it being a Toyota and BMW. I think these will hold their value for a long time. They won't depreciate like other cars. Not a GTR. I'm telling you, man, once you find your GTR, we're going to get everyone to lowball the crap out of whoever's selling it, and then you're going to get your deal, bro. I promise. Great BMW. All right, here we have let's get a shout out to Autotop NL. He makes some of the best Autobahn content for cars. Very clean, very consistent. The quality is always high as well. This one has a Manhart exhaust. And this is kind of what it looks like on the inside. You can tell it's the windows are way lower than the roof line, so you know, getting in and out is kind of a problem. You have to duck your head. You don't want to hit your head. So many e-girls with this car. It's crazy. Here in Atlanta, I see so many girls driving like C8s and Scat Packs. E-girls with the Supra, yeah. I see a lot of BMW e-girls as well. They'll get like a nice little M3 Rapid or something. Or a lot of, you know, 86s too. The 400Z is better? Oh no. I've never heard that take. We gotta talk about that. Yeah, the content game is crazy right now, but I mean, you can't blame e-girls. You gotta blame the dudes who buy that shit, you know? Because what are you doing? You're funding their lifestyle. Anyway, you guys get the idea of what this looks like on the inside. Kind of hard to see, but it looks like he has some sort of a tint strip on the top. Tint strip on the top anyway, so it's not. You know, the windshield goes a little bit higher than that, but it is a small cabin. If you're above 6 feet, it might be a little cramped. Clean Whips, did you see the power numbers it was making on the dyno? Look at this. This car was a stock 2023, it looks like, because of the wheels. It was making around 420 wheel and 550 pound-feet of torque. That's insane. I don't know what's up with this car in particular, but they are pretty much across the board underrated from the factory, and that's just a BMW thing. But yeah, I think that wraps up the videos. We can just, yeah, there's not much else to this, honestly. We can get into it. What is going on, y'all? On One Car is back again with another car buyer's guide. As you can see today, we're going over the Mark 5 Supra. You know, I really didn't like this car when it came out. I was in that camp because of the weird proportions. Like when you see this picture, I'm not really like a fan of how this looks. This roof looks too high. The car is too narrow. But as time goes on, I think it's actually a really good car. I enjoy seeing them on the road. They have really good road presence, especially when they're customized. Only when they're customized, really. you see one that's lowered and spaced out, it looks really good. I think that's how it should have looked, more or less. But yeah, they look pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I do like the way the Supra looks. I've grown to appreciate it. We'll take a look at the Toyota FT1's concept, because that's really what it's supposed to look like. And yeah, so when this was teased, a lot of people were like, wow, this is so good. You see how much wider it looks compared to the windshield? Like, this comes out a lot further than on a stock Supra. It kind of goes like this and then straight down. It's like at least 3 or 4 inches narrower on each side. But they made the car look like this. I think it would have done a lot better initially. However, I think a lot of people are coming around to this car. But before we get into all that, some quick announcements. If you haven't joined my Discord already, let's bring this over here. Hit the link in the description. It's where I post all the announcements for the channel, as well as, you know, just a place where people can talk about their cars. People are showing off their cars today. Lambos, people showing their projects and whatnot. So it's a good time. Join the community. You can hit the link in the description. Also, I just added this today. We have a lowballing section. So if you ever want to buy a car and it's on Facebook or something where you send offers to the person, it's like a private party sale. Just post the link in here, and then we'll all try to lowball him, and so your offer might be taken a little bit more seriously. I know people have done this in the past, so I just thought we'd do it over here. Help out the community, you know? All right, cool. Let's go. Oh, yeah. If you want to win $50, all you got to do, first of all, is join the Discord. Second of all, is like the video. How many likes are we at? 4 likes. Let's get to 10 likes for this video today. Subscribe to the channel as well. 85% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel, so hit that subscribe button. I do these types of videos every single weekday. I think tomorrow I'm going to do kind of like a more discussion type video like I did last week, where I did the comparison of the entry-level supercars. And so what I'm going to do tomorrow is going to be the supercar killers. So these are not going to be supercars. They're going to be like one step below. I know the GTR is going to be on there. Might put on like a ZR1 or something. Maybe a ZR1. Maybe I'll just stick with the Z06. ZR1 is almost practically a supercar in terms of like rarity, but not in terms of engine configuration and whatnot. But yeah, so that's going to be coming tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a little bit more of those discussion type videos. However, yes, Honda Civic, yeah, highly tuned, big turbo Honda Civic with a gutted interior. Definitely a supercar killer. Or you want me to do a regular car one? No, I'm not doing that. That's gonna be so boring. Yeah, join the Discord if you want to win $50. I'm doing a giveaway on Friday. I'm gonna be picking the names from the side right here. So if you want to win $50, hit that link. It's free, and yeah, join the community. Cool. All right, moving back onto this. I was mentioning this. The concept looks a lot better than what the actual car looks like. That's kind of was the first letdown of the car. The second letdown was it having a BMW engine. You know, for Toyota purists, I like BMW engine. In fact, BMW and Toyota are my favorite 2 brands. So combining the 2, I really should have this car, honestly. This should be like in my driveway because it's literally the combination of my 2 favorite companies. And it has the best of both. It has the reliability of a Toyota with the engineering in terms of the drivetrain from a BMW. Yeah. And they gave it a manual transmission for the 2023 model year. Like, I should have one of these. So I've been thinking about it, you know. I'm in the market to get another car, but I can't decide on what to get. So we'll figure that out. Anyway, let's move on to the features, options, and problems. If you're new here, what we do is first we go over some videos. Then I, do a little bit of announcements, and then we go over features, options, and problems. And then we use that information to look at ads online. Today, we're going to be looking at Car Guru ads simply because they have the best filtering system, and they also list the amount of days that the car has been for sale. So it helps out our negotiations a lot. Anyway, moving on to this. So starting off with the features, the model years for the car in the United States, at least, is going to be 2020 to the present. It's currently being made. It shares the same underpinnings as the G29 BMW Z4, except the Z4, of course, is a convertible. Yeah, Claire, you might call the winner again. I don't know how you did that before. That was wild, especially because it's like, it came in like 3 seconds or 4 seconds before it actually stopped. I don't know if you saw it slowing down and you just took a guess. I don't know, man. But anyway, going back to the Supra, both cars, the BMW Z4 and the Toyota Supra, were manufactured in the same Magna Steyr plant in Austria. In terms of engines that are available for the Supra, you have the B58 Turbo Inline 6 for the 2020 model year. This is going to be a 2-port engine. We'll go over what that means. It makes 335 horsepower and 365 pound-feet of torque, and that is an underrated estimate, of course. You saw the numbers. The numbers for the video we looked at was actually going to be a 2021 plus car with the 6-port engine. So anyway, B58 with the 6-port 2021 plus is going to make 382 horsepower and 368 pound-feet of torque. Both of these are going to be underrated. Even the 2-port car, 335 horsepower at the crank, it's really almost 340, almost 350 at the wheels. So take that into consideration. It's around 8 to 10% underrated. Just think about it like that. And then finally, in the 2021 model year, they also introduced the B48, which is the 4-cylinder, 255 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque. Again, underrated from the factory. You're probably making closer to 300 horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque to the wheels. And so, not a slow car. The B58, as I mentioned, went from a 2-port to a 6-port. I'll show you guys what that means, and it's right here. So, as you can see here, this above is going to be a 6-port block, and this is a 2-port block. The only difference really between the two is that the 2-port block basically combines, it's just a more restrictive intake system. And so the turbo, or I guess, yeah, exhaust system, excuse me. So the turbo only gets air from these 2 ports versus getting it from all 6. I'm trying to see if I can find, I mean, it's not the best example, I guess, but you can see this one is going to be a 6-port. You can see each port has its own exhaust. And then let's see if we can find a 2-port. I mean, this is a 2-port basically. It's like a turbo just mounted to that dual exhaust manifold. If I can find it. 2-port. Let me just write this right here. I mean, this is what it looks like. Instead of having all 6 exhausts, they kind of fall into 2 ports. And basically, you just have a more restrictive exhaust system. So this is what the 2-port looks like, as you can see. And do they show a 6-port? And this is what a 6-port looks like. Anyway, now you guys know. Cool. So 2-port to 6-port. That's why the power jumped from the factory, but the power is crazy. As you all know, with the B58, not only is it super reliable, but it can handle crazy amounts of power. Another thing is that I wrote this down here, 2020 models are more able to be tuned. 2021 pluses are still locked from the factory. So if you want to tune your car, it's recommended that you get a 2020, even though you're going to be starting off with less horsepower and it's going to be a 2-port setup. You can actually get a ton of power out of these. People get mid 400s, mid 500s horsepower and torque all day from a simple tune. But if you want to get a 2021 plus with a 6-port, you actually have to send your ECU off to Europe to get it tuned. You can't just flash it like at a shop or on the dyno. But the 2020s you can. So if you want to do more tuning, at least right now, get a 2020. They're going to be cheaper as well. But if you want something a little bit more new and has more capability when it's able to be tuned, get a 2021. As I mentioned before, 2021 3.0 was reportedly making 420 wheel horsepower and 539 pound-feet of torque to the wheels, which is insane. 2 transmissions were available for this car. You have the 8-speed ZF HP automatic, which was recalibrated by Toyota. So it's not the same ZF 8-speed that's in the B58 in the BMW cars. What's the 0 to 60 on one of these? I mean, I've seen them all over the place. Stock I've seen in the mid 4s, but it's kind of crazy that if you're making this much power, you're still in the mid 4s. So I'd say maybe the low 4s, quarter times. I've seen some people do like the high 11s, low 12s, and then it's like the low 4s or the mid 4s. Yeah, high 11s, low 12s. So not a slow car, but it's not the fastest car. The thing is, I don't know why it makes so much power, but the times are a little bit faster. It might be the transmission. I'm not too sure. Anyway, going back to transmissions, they also had the 6-speed ZF S653 manual for the 2023 plus model years. It was recalibrated by Toyota, only available for the 3 liters or the 6 cylinders. And then in terms of trim levels, 2.0, that is going to be your 4-cylinder. It's called 2.0. Then you have the 3.0. Then you have the 3.0 Premium, which basically has a bigger nav screen, or a nav screen. Well, they both have screens, but it has a bigger screen that is actually a nav screen. You also have updated speakers. You also have a better interior, and then you have special models, which we'll go over in a second when we do the options. And then also, if you guys want to know the difference between an A90 and an A91, because a lot of people are confused about that. They say A90 for the Supra, but then when the 2021 model year came out, some people were like, or no, they called it an A91. So people were like, why is it that? So I'll show you guys right now. So here is the A91 or not chart. Is my Supra an A91? Is it a 2020? Yes. Not an A91. Is it a 2020? No. Is it a 2021? Yes. Does it have stripes on the rear quarter panel from the factory and blue stitching everywhere? No. Then it's not an A91. Yes. Then it is an A91. Is it a 2021? No. Is it a 2022? Yes. Does it have lots of carbon fiber panels from the factory? Yes, it is an A91. If not, then it's not A91. Is it 2023? Yes. Manual? No, then it's not an A91. If it is a manual and it has the cognac interior, then it is an A91. If it's a manual without the cognac interior, the hazelnut interior, then it is not an A91. So basically what this is saying is that every single special edition of the car was an A91 2021 plus. If you have the cool interior, if you have carbon fiber, if you have the stripes, it's going to be an A91. But not necessarily all manuals are A91. So all the special editions are A91s. That's pretty much it. Cool. All right, now you guys know. Now let's get to the options. So we're going to go over the trim levels real quick. These aren't in order of rising. Obviously the 2.0 is going to be the most base level, but in terms of years, this is how they came out. So we have the 3.0 base that has Alcantara and leather trim seats. Actually, let me I'll show you guys the brochures. Let's bring that up. Brochures. We'll look at the first model year. So this is what was available for the 2020 model year. You have the 3.0 base right here, then you have the 3.0 premium, and then the launch edition. Every year they had one special edition. So, while they still were only using the straight 6 engines, the launch edition was the special edition. The difference between the 3.0 and the premium is going to be the 3.0 has Alcantara trim, Alcantara / leather trim seats, so they're not all leather. It has a 10-speaker hi-fi system and a 6.5-inch display. The 3.0, as aka the base, also has smaller rear rotors that a lot of people forget about. They're around like, let's read it actually because it's right here. So it has 330 millimeter rear rotors, and the premium and the launch edition has 345, so 15 millimeters smaller. A lot of people forget about that, so keep that in mind too. It has smaller brakes, so the performance is not going to be as good. However, it's just rear brakes. They're not the most important things in the world, especially 15 millimeters of difference. Also, the packages that are available for the base are going to be more inclusive because those options in these packages, some of them are standard on the premium. So keep that in mind. You have the driver's assist package for the base. You also have the navigation plus JBL package. So the driver's assist is going to come with dynamic radar cruise, full speed, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic, parking sensors, and with emergency braking function. And then obviously the next package, navigation and JBL, is going to come with the bigger screen as well as the 12-speaker 500-watt JBL audio system. So in terms of the premium comes with, it has everything the 3.0 has. It has sports pedals, a full color heads-up display, which I think is a huge feature. You can't get that really unless you get the premium. It's not part of any package. You also have the 12-speaker JBL system. The 500-watt system is standard with this car. You also have the 8.8-inch touchscreen with nav and CarPlay. In the standard car is 6.5-inch. It has a huge bezel. You really don't want to get a base car. And if you do, you want to get all the packages. But again, you'll be missing stuff like the heads-up display. This one also comes with, what else? Let me read that here. Toyota Supra Connect. That is also part of the package here for the base, but also has a Qi charging tray, which this one does not. So you can't get Qi charging with the base. You can't get the heads-up display with the base, but pretty much everything else you can get if you option it like this. Oh, except you can't get the seats either. So the base is always going to have the half leather, half Alcantara seats. The premium is going to have full leather seats, black leather trim sports seats, as you can see, full heads-up display. They both have the carbon fiber trim. This one has the 12 speakers, Super Connect, G charger. And then you also have the driver's assist package that was still available for the base. You also have that with the premium. It's not standard, but most cars will have at least, well, I don't want to say that. Anyway, and then you have the launch edition for the 2020. This one's going to be pretty much the same as the 3.0, except it has glossy red folding mirrors, matte wheels, red leather trim seats with absolute zero and nocturnal exteriors. Not sure what that means, but that's what it says right here. Right here, absolute zero and nocturnal exteriors. Oh, those are the colors. Excuse me. In terms of options, you have these are going to be your colors, and then obviously black leather is going to be the premium, black Alcantara and leather is going to be the base, and then red leather is going to be the launch. And then you also have your accessories sold from Toyota. You have your carbon fiber mirror caps, alloy wheel locks, emergency assist kit, paint protection film. You can get this from the factory. However, it is recommended to not get this because it's not the highest quality. A lot of people say it's really bad. Carpet cargo mat, cargo tote, and then a first aid kit with like a meth pipe or something. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know. Crack pipe. It comes with the first aid kit. It's pretty ballsy, Toyota. Anyway, in terms of, we'll just look at all the special editions because everything pretty much stays the same. Well, except for this, you have the introduction of the 2.0, which is an extra base version. The 2.0 is the 3.0 minus the active rear sport differential. So this one, as you can see here, it has the active rear sport differential. The 2.0 does not have that. So no, I guess this is like an LSD, which it doesn't have. This one also has a 4-speaker system, which is horrible. So keep that in mind. 4-speaker system. And it has 8-way manual seats compared to the base 3.0 has 14-way power seats. So manual seats, 4-speaker system. You also don't have the active differential. So it's not really looking good for the 2.0 in terms of it doesn't really have much going for it besides just being an entry level to the body style. In terms of packages, you have the safety and technology package, which basically combines the nav and JBL package with the driver's assistance package into one package. So you can either have everything or nothing for the 2.0. They also, this was kind of a change from the 20 to the 21. Let me just scroll down here. For the 21, you could split up the driver's assist, or the 20 you could split up the driver's assist and nav. For the 21, they made it all one package, even for the base. For the premium, obviously it's still just driver's assist because you already have the safety and technology, or you already have the technology and nav, I guess you could call it. And then scrolling down here, you have the A91 edition. So it's going to be the first how do you want to call it? The first instance of them calling it an A91 is basically just a special edition of the Supra. This one's going to be the original A91 edition. It's going to be available with black painted satin finished duckbill rear spoiler. So it has it has a spoiler on the end. Black satin finish double hash racing line. So it has the racing lines. I don't see them in the picture, but I think they're on the rear. What else can I say for this one? Genuine carbon fiber auto folding mirrors. So you have carbon fiber mirrors for this one. And then black and blue Alcantara / leather trim sport seats with blue stitching. So you can see here, you can see the blue stitching here and the blue Alcantara. And then these are going to be your other standard trims or other standard interiors. And then in terms of wheels, you have the standard wheels, and then you also have 18-inch cast aluminum 10 spokes options as well. But yeah, this is mainly the introduction of the 2.0. This is going to be the 2022 model year. Same options for the 2.0, the 3.0, and the 3.0 premium, except the special edition for this one is going to be the A91 carbon fiber edition. I do like this one. It has a lot of carbon fiber. So what does it have? It has the everything the 3.0 premium has. Same thing with the A91. Everything the 3.0 premium plus a carbon fiber front splitter, canards, side rockers, rear canards, duckbill spoiler, and red and black Alcantara / leather trimmed heated sport seats with red stitching. So instead of blue, you get red. You know, same thing, but it's red. Let's see. Also, the special editions are usually fully loaded. As you can see, the driver's assist package. Hold on. I guess not. I guess it doesn't have to come with the driver's assist package, but most of them you'll find are going to be fully loaded. Let's see. All right, now we're on the 23. This is where things get interesting. They introduced the manual transmission. So you have the 2.0, which doesn't get the manual, unfortunately. But then you have the 3.0, 3.0 premium, as well as the A91 manual transmission edition. And so what does that come with? The manual transmission edition comes with the red Supra badge, unique colors, burnout / see you later, or burnout, whatever, gray or black. Burnout. Yeah, burnout gray / see you later gray. See you later gray, that's a funny name. Hazelnut interior and Alcantara shift knob. So it has the hazelnut. I think this is my favorite way the car comes. The A91 MT edition is my favorite version of the Supra, simply because it looks the best. This is also when they introduced a new style of wheels. It's very popular to see these wheels fully ball polished. I really like the way they look if they're all shiny, the whole thing. You see that sometimes, but for the 2023 model year, they introduced some new wheels. Colors remain pretty much the same. You have a blue now, Stratosphere blue, which is a pretty cool color. And then here we have a 2024. The special edition for this year is going to be the 45th anniversary edition. This comes with the 3.0 premium options, of course, available manual transmission, or they call it intelligent manual transmission. Manually adjustable rear spoiler, black Supra side graphics, orange strut tower braces, driver's assist package, standard. As you can see, the safety features, everything is standard. It's not a package anymore. So the 45th anniversary edition is just a fully loaded one with some extra stuff as well. Cool. So you guys get the idea of what we're looking at today. I think the best ones are obviously gonna be the manual ones, but if you want the best deal, get a 2020. The 2021s and up are going to have these 6-port engines. So in the future, they will have a little bit more tuning capability. Sorry, I've missed this entire chat because I had to see how there's no tan. There is a tan. Let's see. They should have just put the twin turbo Tundra motor in it. That would have been interesting if they put the the I-Force, whatever they want to call it. But give me 1 second, y'all. I have to use the bathroom. All right, we're back. So in terms of problems, because I usually do problems first and then I go over the options, but in terms of problems, oil consumption has been seen on the 2021 plus 6-port models. However, a lot of people say that's over exaggerated. I tend to believe that problems like these are a little bit over exaggerated. Oil consumption, yeah, it's going to be a little bit more of a high strung engine. You're going to be doing a lot more exhaust work, I guess you could call it. A lot more exhaust is flowing in the 6-port than the 2-port. And so, yeah, I might consume a little bit more oil. However, just keep on top of your oil levels and you'll be okay. It's a BMW, so I guess a lot of people, they're used to Toyotas and whatnot, and they're used to having a dipstick. With these cars, you don't have a dipstick, so you should check it pretty much every time you drive. Wind buffeting. This is a huge problem because it's just the fundamental design of the Supra. If you roll down the windows going down the highway, it's just the worst sound. It's just the way the windows are shaped. You can get some like little deflectors in the front. I believe more like some of the later model years have them. You can kind of see it. That kind of deflect the wind away from the window so it doesn't buff it as much, but it's still a problem. You also have random rattles and squeaks. So you have a door lock rattle. You also have squeaks from behind the seats. So if you're a tall person like me, if you have the seat back all the way, it kind of rests on that rear support bar that goes across the car, and it actually does squeak and rattle a little bit. So, you know, if you have your seat on there and you're going over bumps, it might make some noise. You also have the emergency hatch release, falls down and can damage the lock. So basically, as you're putting the trunk down, the latch kind of falls onto, or it kind of swings, and then when you kind of shut the trunk on it itself, you can actually damage the hinge and the hatch release, or the whole locking mechanism. You can damage it because it can get caught in there as you slam it down. So that's an issue. A lot of people just tape it up so it doesn't fall. And then sound system can rattle. There's also a fix for that too. If you just look it up online, there's lots of people that have fixed these sound systems to make them sound a little bit less rattly. But in terms of features, options, and problem, that's pretty much it. So using that information, let's move on to the ads. Oh wow, I didn't reset any of these. Give me 1 second, yo. Of course, I can't get it perfect. Let's see. All right, almost there. We got it. Just resetting these ads real quick so they're always on the front page when we go to them. All right, perfect. So let me just bring this over here. Got this. Bring it over here. We have our first example here. This is going to be a 2020. So first model year 2020 Supra with the 2-port engine. Oh, wait, give me 1 second. Yep. So here we go. 2-port engine, 3.0, premium rear-wheel drive. So it's a premium car. It's going to have all the stuff you really want. Premium car is going to have the JBL speaker system. It's also going to have the bigger screen with the nav. It's also going to have the full leather seats. It's going to have the what else? Yeah, pretty much it in terms of interior stuff. As you can see, full leather. So I mean, the real way to tell if it has a driver's assist package is to look and see if it has the radar or the parking sensors. So as you can see, parking sensors here, but are they? Yeah, this one has a driver's assist package. Let's look at them like this. So I'm trying to see the interior real quick. Yep, parking sensors here, driver's assist package. Again, it's a premium car, so this is fully loaded. It's going to get, especially for a 2020. Looking pretty stock. Not much going on here. Just a driver's assist package 3.0 premium from 2020. It has 60,000 miles and they want 40 grand for it. You know, this being a BMW and Toyota at the same time with the B58, 60,000 miles is nothing. So I'd say for me, I mean, yeah, 40,000 is pretty low for one of these now, but I think I'd be willing to go up to maybe 37 for this car. I really wouldn't want to pay 40 for a 60,000 mile car, especially because I know that in a few years it'll still depreciate. I think these will probably get to like the high 20s, but they won't ever really get lower than that. So yeah, 37 for this one, being that it is a 2020 with 60,000 miles. See how many days it's been for sale? 60 days, 118 saves. So it's been for sale for almost 2 months. It's about time for them to start making some deals. I'd say I'd be at 37. I think 37 would be a good price. Average market price for something like this is around 43. So 5 grand off a almost new car isn't that bad, honestly. But 60,000 miles is just way too much. There's other models we can look at. Here we have another 2020, 11,000 miles, and they only want 47.5. So for 7,000 more, you have a sixth of the miles. So this is really obviously something I'd look at instead. I try to, you know, finance the rest of that or something. I don't know. But in red, this one looks so good. I love red. I think red is one of the best colors for this car. This one is also a base car, so keep that in mind as well. It's not a premium, so that's why the price is a little bit lower. We can see here, it does not look like it has a JBL system because it does not say JBL here on the speaker. And as you can also see, the Alcantara and leather mix for the seats. This one does not have the parking sensors. So in terms of packages, it doesn't have the JBL and it doesn't have the driver's assist package. So this is truly a base car. Look how small this screen is. You don't want this screen, y'all. This looks horrible. And yeah, this is a really cheap example, but it is an example. You can also see where the speakers would go back here. It's just blank. Yep. It's the cheapest way you can get a 2020, a 3.0. 11,000 miles for 47.5. You know, super base. It doesn't have any packages. It is a cool color, but it doesn't have even the bigger screen. I say for me, I'd be around 44 grand for this. Yeah, how long has this one been for sale? 103 days. Yeah, no one wants this either. It's been for sale for over 3 months. So they've already reduced the price by $7,500. That's crazy. Yeah, I'd be at 44. I think they can go down another 3.5. But do I want this car? Probably not. I like my options. Cool. Moving on to our next example, we have a silver. This one is going to be another base car. Let's see if it has any options though. Only 15,000 miles. They want 52 grand for this one. So let's hope it has some options if they're asking that kind of price. You can see here. Wait, is this a premium? The seats look all leather. I do think the B58, I think it's the most reliable engine BMW's ever made. There's several examples of M340i's with over 250,000 miles already. And I think that's a testament right there. Okay, so this one has the JBL, so it has the upgraded nav screen as well. Let's see this. It also has the parking sensors. What else does, I mean, it looks like it has the full leather seats. I can't really tell though. This might be a premium that they just listed wrong, to be honest. Let's see what it says down here. Nav system, driver assist package. It doesn't say. Let's click on, is there a, of course not. I hate auto check, man. You get my hopes up. Anyway, this looks like a premium. I'm not too sure if there's anything else I can do to tell. Besides, look at the seats. I mean, the seats are, they look like they're full. Nah, actually, no, they're, I guess they're not full leather. Let me just say they're not. But it does have the driver's assist package as well as a nav package. So pretty well equipped base car. It just doesn't have the heads up display, unfortunately. So what would I pay for this one being still a base car? I mean, they're asking 52. It has only 15,000 miles. I'd be around 47 for this. I think 47 would be a good deal for getting the nav as well as the driver's assistance package, as you can see. Cool, moving on to 2021. So this is when things change. This is when the car got the 6-port engine and also when the 2.0 came out. As you can see, this is the 2.0. So let's look at the interior and see what we can find on the 2.0. Does this wheel look different? No. It's the same. So already you can tell, well, you can see that this car has the safety and technology package because it has the bigger screen. So that's good. You can also see the Alcantara and leather seats there as well. But because it has the bigger screen, you can already, well, you already know that it has the JBL speakers. You already know that it has the parking assist, or parking, what do you want to call it? Parking sensors. Yeah, that's what they're called. You can see the speakers back here. This is going to be that cross brace that rattles. Remember that, JBL speakers. So this is a fully loaded 2.0. It's not going to have the active differential, but that's pretty much about it in terms of what it's missing. 37.6, and it has 42,000 miles. I think that's a little bit high. Again, this is just the 4-cylinder, so this is almost in the territory of 6-cylinder prices for this many miles. I say for me, I'd be around 33 grand. I don't think the 4-cylinder is a car that I get personally, and 33 grand seems like a fair price for one of those for me. I'd say 33. Yep. Cool. All right, moving on to 2021. We have another 2021, but this one's going to be a 3.0 base, as you can see here in black. With, I like these wheels a lot, but I would like them if they were all chrome. I've seen a couple examples where they're all chrome. In fact, let me see if I can find that. Yeah, these look good. Tell me these don't look good. Just take away the black and they become this. No. I want to see there they are. This looks good. Polished OEM wheels. Yeah. Anyway, going back to this, we have a black one on these wheels. I'd love if they were polished, but it is what it is. We can see some carbon fiber going on here. Or actually, no, I don't know what I'm talking about. Interior though, we can see all leather, even though it's a premium, not a premium, supposedly. I see. How can I tell if it's a premium with if it has all leather seats? Is all leather seats an option? Am I tripping? No, it's not. Especially for 2021. The seats. Oh, hold on. Yep, now they're Alcantara for the base ones. So we can see. I guess that is Alcantara. Something about this seat doesn't look right. But they say it's a 3.0, so we'll take his word for it. JBL speakers. Of course, it has a nav and speaker. Oh, 2021, the safety and technology package is all one. So it's going to have the nav, it's going to have the speaker, it's going to have the parking sensors as well. The only thing it's missing is going to be the heads-up display as well as the full leather interior. How many miles does this have? 17,000 miles for 50 grand. No, this would have to be a premium for me to pay this price. 48.5 for a 17,000 mile 2021 base 3.0. No, I say for me, I'd be around 45 grand, especially having almost 20,000 miles. If this was a premium, this might be a little bit more appropriate, but 45 is where I'd be at for this one. Cool. Cool. Moving on to our next one. We have another 2.0. I got a lot of 2.0s here. I shouldn't have got this many. I hate the 2.0. Anyway, this one's in red. You can see it's on the 10-spoke wheels, which were introduced in 21 as well. Interior has the JBL, so you already know that it's fully loaded. It's going to have the screen. It's going to have the parking assist and all the driver's assistance features. 33,000 miles, so not too many miles in this car, but it is not low miles by any means. Base seats. So here we have a fully loaded 2.0. It's been for sale for 20 days with 1 save. This last one was for sale for 18 days with 38 saves. Yeah, people like this one. I mean, it's fully loaded base. It's kind of the best of the worst in my anyway, 42 grand they're asking. It's a high price. Yeah, I think 42 is a lot for a 2.0, even though it is fully loaded. It only has 33,000 miles. It's still 33,000 miles. I'd be more around the $36,000 mark for something like this. 36,000 simply because it is fully loaded. Cool. Moving on to our next one, we have a 2022. This one is going to be an A91 CF edition. I think this is probably one of my more favorite editions because it has all the carbon fiber. You can see it up front, real carbon fiber from the factory, and it's cool shapes as well. Also, it has the two-tone interior with red and black and Alcantara. This one also has a driver's assistance package. Again, this is a 22. So, yeah, it has a driver's assistance package equipped. You can see that just from simply looking at the parking sensor button right there. Not a bad example, honestly. I just like the way the carbon fiber looks on this car. It also comes with the high kick spoiler in the rear. So, 58 grand they're asking, 14,000 miles. Yeah, I think it's a premium car with extra carbon fiber, so it's the top of the top. It has only 15,000 miles. They're asking 58.4. I'd say I'd be around 55. Maybe I try to get it for 54, honestly, but I don't think I'd be able to get it for 54. How long has it been for sale? 87 days. Okay, maybe I could get it for 54. Yeah, 54 grand is what I'd be at. Yeah, if there was higher miles, I try to get it for around 50, but 14,000 miles, I think 54, maybe 53. We'll go down to 53 just because. Yeah, 53 to 54 would be a pretty good deal. And the thing with these cars, I know they're pretty expensive when you get them, but they're a Toyota. They're also a Supra, so they're going to hold their value. So you shouldn't really worry about the depreciation as much as buying Z4 potentially. The Z4 definitely depreciate a lot more than the Supra. Just, hold out and have faith in the brand. The Toyotas they always last in terms of their prices. Moving on to our next example, we have a 2022 3.0 Premium rear-wheel drive. It's on some aftermarket wheels. It's going to be in this silver color. You can see it looks pretty good, not gonna lie. Again, it's a premium, so you're gonna have the full leather interior as well as having the JBL speakers and the big nav screen. Look in the middle and see if it's equipped with the driver's assistance. It is 2022. Yep, equipped with the driver's assistance package. So fully loaded car here. It's just not a special edition. So this is technically an A90 Supra, not an A91. You can see a lot of stuff has been done under the engine. I'm not too sure what has been done, but I do see a lot of red and a lot of blue. So let's check it out. What does it have to say? What do they have to say? All right, let's read this. Easy financing, blah, blah, blah. GR Supra 3.0 Premium, NK GTC O2 wheels, HKS Hypermax coilover springs, performance turbo inlet, performance or motorsport charge pipe, auto work, downpipe versus engineering, SO versus coolant, copper dime, oil filter, cap head. I can't read. Monitors back. Okay. So a lot of stuff done to this car in terms of aftermarket. It's been for sale for how long? 66 days. 66, and they already dropped the price by almost $9,000, $8,100 they already dropped it. So actually, that's not actually that bad. They kind of know they kind of got rid of it. They kind of have to get rid of it at some point. They got less than a month. They already dropped it by almost 9 grand. I say they could drop it by another 5 grand. How many miles? Only 10,000 miles. Actually, I would be comfortable going up to 46 grand for this car. If they can do 46 grand, if you get this for 46 grand, that'd be kind of insane. 3.0 Premium with a bunch of aftermarket upgrades. A lot of people don't like aftermarket upgrades. I say if they're well installed, or they're installed by someone that you trust or that has paperwork or a warranty, I say go for it. This is in Honolulu, so that's another reason why it's cheap too. It's going to be hard to get off the island. But yeah, 46 grand is where I'd be at for this one. I think 46 would be a really, really good deal. Moving on to our next one, we have a 2022 2.0 again. A lot of 2.0s. This one has just under 10,000 miles. Let's see what it has on the interior. It has the safety and technology package. You can see that off the bat because it has the screen. Again, with these Supras, they didn't really have too many individual options, which is a good thing. Makes it easy to basically easy to identify from pictures. You can see here it has the parking sensors, but this is a 2.0, so a lot of people aren't going to like it. It also has the speaker system, the 12 speaker system, but it also has the Alcantara seats. So base car, fully loaded. Long-term issue, if that's what you're planning, is leaks. One of my homies just sold his with 93,000 miles. Is that what he had? What kind of leaks? Like BMW leaks, like valve cover gasket, oil pan, oil filter housing gasket. That's what I assume. What else? Valve cover, head gasket, I guess. Yeah, that's pretty much everything I could think of. Valve cover, head gasket, oil pan, oil filter housing gasket. You think this, in what sense, do you think this car should have been bigger? I like the way it is. I mean, I get it, it's smaller. It looks, I don't know if it's actually smaller, but it looks smaller in terms of proportions than the Mark IV. But I like this car. I like this car a lot. It should have looked like the FT1 though. I'll give it that. It should have been wider. Anyway, fully loaded 2.0. They want 44 grand or 43.5 for it as under 10,000 miles. So they can really ask, you know, this kind of price. Honestly, I'd be at 40 grand. I don't want to pay more than 40. In fact, I'll try to get a new one for 40. Honestly, I could try to find one with less miles and get it for 40. But again, it is a fully loaded 2.0, but 40 grand is where I'd be at for this one. Moving on to our next one, we have a 2023 3.0 premium. Again, this is going to be the one to get if you don't want to spend extra money on the special editions. You can see here, this one is in white. The hood is open. It's not broken or anything like that. It just has a trickle charger on it, as you can see. Premium. So it's going to have the full leather interior. This one is also a manual. So very special car again. 2023 is the first model year the manuals came out. Yo, man. Said, bring Almar back to earth with these BMWs. BMW's the best, man. BMW is simply the best. So you can see here, manual transmission. This would be something I'd look at, honestly. It's a premium, and it has a manual. So it's pretty much the best of both worlds. You get all the options. You also get the manual. Yeah, the 2.0 is not it. It's just for people who want to drive a Supra and trying to get into one for the cheapest one. I mean, you could probably tune the well, I don't even know. The 2.0 is probably locked as well. So, yeah, I don't know why you get a 2.0. Don't get a 2.0. Get the 3.0. Get a 2023 Plus so you can get a manual. That's what I would do. So as you can see here, manual premium car again. Because it's a 2023 premium, it's going to pretty much have everything. You have the safety and technology package for the manual transmission. So has everything you'd want. You can also see down here parking sensors. So pretty much fully loaded. Qi charger again, premium package, exclusive. 59 grand and it has 10,000 miles, 11,000 miles. I'd say for me, because it's a manual, I would be willing to pay a little bit more, but 59 is way too high. 59 is just way too high. I'd say I'd be at the $53,000 mark, 54 maybe. Yeah, I pay a little bit more for a special edition, but for a premium, 54 grand is where I'd be at for a manual one with 10,000 miles. I think actually is pretty good, to be honest. 2023, it's only a year old. Anyway, moving on to our next example. I think this is my favorite way the car comes in the A91 MT edition. So this is going to be the special edition for the 2023 model year. This one is going to be in the See You Later gray, which looks really good. It has almost like an oil spill effect. Lots and lots of pearl. You can see it's on the 2023 rims as well. You can get a GTR for, yeah, a CBA GTR, an old one. This one's brand new. But I mean, I see what you mean, but you're still getting an old GTR for that price. And you can get a manual BMW motor car. But yeah, this one looks so good to me with this See You Later gray and the interior in hazelnut. Manual transmission with the Alcantara shifter and shift knob. fully loaded car here. This is exactly what I try to get, even though, you know, this price is insane. 90 grand. You can see the bracing on the interior or the engine bay. You got the new wheels as well. 6,800 miles on this one. They want 90 grand for it. No thanks. I'd say for having 6,800 miles, I'd be willing to go up to maybe $60,000. Pretty much brand new for a special edition in my favorite interior exterior color combo with a manual. So 60 grand is where I'd be at. That's the most I'd ever spend on a Supra. But 90 grand is way out of the ballpark. I just really like these photos. That's why I picked it. This is one of the worst angles for the car, in my opinion. It almost looks like a Viper, like the Gen 1 Viper, and the back is kind of like that. Anyway, moving on to our next example, we have another MT, or an A91 MT. This one's going to be in black, though. Or not black, but this one says see you later, and this one says see you later. I believe this is going to be, I believe that's burnout, and this is see you later. I'm not sure. You guys can tell me. What does it say down here? Special edition, blah, blah, blah. No, nothing. Okay, go. So we have a black one, basically, dark gray. Again, the same thing as before with the hazelnut interior, and you can see the price difference. They only want 61.5 for this, and it has 8,800 miles versus 68. How long has this been for sale? 23 days. Yeah, they're not gonna get nowhere close to 90 grand. This one is 30 grand less, has 2,000 more miles, and it's the same as that car, just a different exterior color. Yeah, I mean, it's a MT or A91 MT, so it's going to be pretty much fully loaded. Driver's assistance package, we'll see if it has that though. Yep, has that as well. So fully loaded car here, as loaded as they come. 61.5 they're asking. I'd be at 58 grand simply because it has 88, almost 9,000 miles. $58,000 for the special edition right here. I think would be a pretty good deal. You won't lose too much money, but you probably will because it's still almost brand new. Moving on to our next one, 2023 2.0 again. I don't even know why I had these here. The 2.0s are just good deals because they're kind of just being given away at this point. No one wants them, so they're kind of cheap for what they are. Only 15,000 miles for a 2023 2.0 fully loaded car. Actually, no, this is the base car. Wait. 2023 has a big screen, but it does not have the speaker system. So hold on, let me look at the 2023 one. 2023. Oh, the 8.8 inch display was actually standard on the 2023s. When did that become standard? 2022s. Oh, it was, yeah, I guess only for the first model year of the 2.0 could you get that small screen standard. But yeah, 8.8 inch screen, but as you can see, no top speakers. This has a 4 speaker system, the worst speaker system to be put in a Supra. So this is actually a horrible example. Almost 15.5 in terms of miles. 43.7 is what they're asking. Nope, I'd be at around 33 grand for this car, maybe 34 because it's lowish miles, but no, 33 for this one. Yeah, this is a completely base 2.0. No thanks. Moving on to our next example, we have a 2023 premium, 3.0 premium in yellow, one of the best colors for the Supra. Red, yellow, all the cool colors look pretty good, all the flashy ones. You can see premium, of course, full leather interior. This one also has the JBL, of course. Screen, big screen too. Does it have the driver's assistance package? It does, and this one is also manual. So you have a premium manual here, 60,000 they're asking. It has 5,800 miles. Yeah, I'd say for me, being that this is a premium. Hey, shout out to Y Hus in the chat. What's going on, man? Hey, we're only at 6 likes, y'all. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's get to 10 likes. Also subscribe if you haven't. You guys are pissing me off. No, I'm joking. Anyway, manual 3.0 premium. If you want to get a manual, this is the way to get it. Don't get the 3.0. Definitely get a premium because you're going to get everything else. You have the JBL, you have the nav. What else does the premium come with? Oh, does it have the safety and technology package? I mean, it really should. It's 2023. If it has the parking sensors, then it has the package. Yep. We saw that earlier. Manual, fully loaded, 5,800 miles. They want 60,600 for it. It's not a special edition, so again, this would be a good price for a special edition. I'd say for not being a special edition, I'd be around the $55,000 mark. This one, how long has it been for sale? Only 9 days, and it has 9 saves. A lot of people are looking at this one. This last one, the 2.0, the base one, how long has it been for sale? 11 days. So these cars, they haven't been for sale for that long, honestly. The longest one I've saw was like probably like 100 days. Cool. All right. Moving on to our second to last ad, we have a 45th anniversary edition. 517 miles. This one is basically brand new. It's a 2024, of course. It's going to be pretty much brand new. $77,000 you're asking. Let's take a look at it. I mean, it's a 45th anniversary edition. And with the 2024 45th anniversary, everything came standard. You also got an adjustable rear wing and all the lower carbon. You also had an interior that was basically a premium interior. This one is manual as well. So manual 45th edition. Pretty, this is as good as it's going to get, honestly. Fully loaded from the factory. Manual transmission. 45th anniversary. 77,000. I mean, it's a new car. I don't even know how much these retailed at. I'm just going to say 70 grand. 70 grand for a brand new car. That's not bad at all. Yep. All right, cool. Moving on to our final example. We have a base 3.0. However, it looks like it's a 45th anniversary, though. Yeah, it is. It's another 45th anniversary. I thought this was going to be a base car. Anyway, 45th anniversary. We can see the leather on the inside, manual as well. Let's scroll through here. This one, they're asking 70 grand, and it has only 1,100 miles. So, as you can see, it went down $7,000 in 700 miles, which is pretty crazy. But again, fully loaded. It's going to be a 45th anniversary manual. You're going to have the parking sensors, all the driving assistance. You also have JBL, big screen. Yeah, this is as good as going to get too. 69, I'd say for me, I mean, I said 70 for the last one. Yeah, for this one, having twice the amount of miles, I have to go down to 65. $65,000 for this. So in terms of what I would get, I definitely would recommend getting a 2021 Plus. Obviously, if you want to do the tuning and whatnot, get a 2020. But the 2021s, you know, you're just going to have a newer car. I recommend getting a special edition. I think the special editions are going to hold their value better than the premiums and the base, and especially the 2.0. Don't get a 2.0. I highly suggest not getting a 2.0. It's not even worth it. If you're going to be paying that much money, just get a car with a 6-cylinder engine. But in terms of the special editions, my favorite is definitely going to be the A91 MT edition in 2023, simply because it comes with the hazel interior, which is the best interior. Let's look at that again. We got yeah, this one is my favorite. I love this gray. Love the hazel interior. Manual transmission with the Alcantara shift boot and shift knob. It's the best way it comes right here. But yeah, if you want to get the 45th, it's going to be fully loaded. Unlike the A91 all the previous A91s, you have to option the driver's assistance package. It's not included. However, with the 2024 45th, it comes included. What else can I say about the car? Yeah, I mean, there's not too many problems with these cars. If you get a 21 Plus, just make sure it does not have the the oil consumption problem. Just check your oil, see if it consumes. And a lot of people, as a preventative measure, they just put in heavier oil weight. So you can do that as well. Just a bunch of little quality stuff here and there, but overall, these cars are pretty much bulletproof, and I think that's why they're the best in the segment, simply because of the reliability. Better than a 400Z or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, the Nissan new Z is cool and all with a twin turbo, but it's not it. That's why you don't see any on the road, but you see a ton of these on the road. I should do a video on actually the new Z to actually go through why it's not, like, I've seen like 2 in real life, period. These I see almost every day, so that says something right there. Again, one of my favorite, or I should own this car because it's a combination of 2 of my favorite brands. So maybe we'll think about it. I might go test drive one when I'm bored. I've only driven one a long time ago. I remember this one kid in my car club on campus when I was running the car club at University of Maryland. He bought one of these brand new when they first came out, and it was pretty cool seeing that for the first time. Like, it was a couple weeks after it came out, he already had one. But other than that, I really haven't been in one. That was a couple years ago. So yeah. All right, we're gonna do a video on the Z, and we'll go through it. We'll go through it. Might even have to compare it to this one a little bit. They don't. Nissan has just been having a bad decade, to be honest. I don't know what's going on with them. I blame their CVT, and I blame the Rogue and the Altima. Those 3 things. The Rogue is horrible. Yep, not too many problems. Do I have a buyer's guide for the S550 Mustang? I don't. I need to make one of those as well. In fact, I'm gonna do that. Actually, this week I'm gonna do the S550 Mustang on Thursday, and then I'm gonna do the 400Z or whatever you want to call it. Is it called the 400Z? I don't even know what it's called. I guess it's called the 400Z. Yeah. We'll do the 400Z and the S550 Mustang this week. Shout out to Big Cheese in the chat. Haven't seen you before. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of this type of content. I do these videos or the live streams every day. And so, yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for the Toyota Supra for today. Not the longest video, honestly. But again, there's not too many options to go over with these cars in terms of individual options. You can get these factory stuff here, but that's not real option. It's more about what package and what trim level you get. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, I'm gonna do those tomorrow. We're gonna do a comparison video. Hopefully I can get that all sorted. Those are kind of a little bit harder to make compared to these because I'm doing a lot more research, but I'll get it done. And then Thursday, Friday, we'll have the S550 Mustang and the 400Z. And yeah, if you guys don't have any more questions or whatnot, this has been a shorter video, but I think we've gone through most of the stuff we need to talk about. Yeah, shout out to everyone in the chat. Shout out to Big Cheese, Clean Whips, Y Husk, Crackalope, Claro, Trini Man. Wow, a lot of you guys in here today. So shout out to all of y'all. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for today. Take a good look at the screen. This is what you got to be looking for when you buy your A90 or Gen 5 or Mark 5, excuse me, Supra. And yeah, as always, peace. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with the, how do I want to call it? With the Supercar Killers video, the top 8 Supercar Killers video. We're gonna do a bracket style like last week. And yep, I'll see you guys then. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.